All right, we're gonna get in and out and do this. We gotta get in here, get this guy, and be done with it. So let me just get ready. I left my suppressor in my other pants, as usual. I need to really start packing my own pants with the things that I want. But good news, they got these porch cushions here. We're gonna use this. Hollywood says it works just as good as an actual suppressor. So let's get in, get done, and do this thing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Super happy to have you guys here. Today we are going to do another one of those Hollywood versus real life type of things where we, check out something that happens in the movies and see if it's even remotely applicable to the real world. And today that is the old, if you don't have a silencer with you, if you forgot to pack your assassin kit correctly, and there's cushions, there's pillows laying around, can you use a cushion to muffle the sound of a gun, sort of like having a silencer or a suppressor? And I think that the biggest deal with this is that we're not manufacturing suppressors. This is just, putting something near it and able to shoot it. And today we're kind of in a different spot than we normally are because there's actually some sunlight up here versus over there where it just doesn't have much sunlight this time of the year. But for the YouTube reviewer guy out there, we are still on a private range. This is, all mine, and we're not doing anything dangerous. Today, I have actually gotten us a decibel meter. I know the last time we did something regarding sound suppression, we didn't have one of these, so I have one. It's not the most expensive one, but we'll see if it is able to keep up with any of these and see if we can get any difference. We're going to be using the 22 long rifle suppressor, the Ruger Mark IV, Glock 23, 40 cal. 12 gauge Panzer BP-12 and the old reliable AK-47. So let's get these things turned around. We'll get a baseline number and get on with it. All right, let's just try the 22 with nothing for it, without anything for a baseline. We'll see what that looks like on the sound meter. So it looks like we got to 110 decibels from that one shot is our max number. And, I believe that this thing only goes up to like 130 or 140. So I'm pretty happy with that. We were able to even capture that. And so we'll just try this with just one pillow here. I'll just shoot straight through it, and we'll see what that registers on the sound meter. .2 decibels. That is quite a bit lower than our original number of 110. And if you guys know anything about sound, actually 3 decibels is double the size. So that was actually a pretty substantial reduction in the noise. So let's do a couple more of those to see, and I'll just kind of shoot rapid fire to see if that kind of holds true. Yeah, and so the max that we got on that was, 89.7 decibels. And I think that that is a pretty substantial sound reduction from the original thing. So I'm pretty impressed with that. So let's see what a 40 cal will do. So first off, we'll just shoot one, just regular, no suppression whatsoever. And I'm gonna imagine that that one had a lot more sound than the 22. So we did get very similar sound levels to the 22 long rifle with the 40 cal. Granted, we were in a little bit different spot, but not too terribly far away from the meter. So let's give this one a try with a fresh cushion and see if we get the same sort of results. So run over there and take a look. And not really much on this one. We were 3 decibels less, which is actually quite a bit when you're looking at sound levels, but we'll give that one another shot just to see if that was kind of a fluke or what. I need to find a better way to hold it against the pillow because it's kind of weird holding with my hand. All right, so I wasn't real crazy about holding on to that with my hand and also having the gun right there and shooting it. It was horribly uncomfortable. It just didn't really feel right. So I got this chair here that I think that we can use to shoot through, and I think it'll be a much better test because I'll be able to keep the gun, more into the target than it was before. So let's give this a shot. Again, the sound pressure machine is already running, so we'll see what happens. So that one was much less at 86.8. I think that had a lot to do with me being able to put the muzzle of the gun very hard into that pillow. So now we'll see how this fares with the 12 gauge. This is that Panzer BP-12 that I've fallen in love with more and more every day. It runs better every time I take it out to shoot, and we're just going to use some typical target loads. These are a little bit hotter than what you get, you know, at Walmart on discount, but still just birdshot target loads. We'll do one as a control, and then we'll shoot some more with the makeshift pillow Hollywood silencer thing. And so for that, we got, 114 decibels, sort of similar to what everything else is getting. And I got to be honest with you, that's kind of surprising to me, and maybe something to look at in the future. But let's see what happens when we put it up against one of those pillows and fire through that. Okay, brand new pillow right there, at least a new spot in it. There's already 3 burn marks from other ones that we have shot. We'll pop this through it, take a look at the sound meter. I went ahead and layered these up, and we have 5 of these things here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to try to shoot dead straight through the middle of this, back through that hole in the chair. I've got my eye protection on finally, which I often forget, but I probably shouldn't for obvious reasons. Let's see if that 12 gauge can have any sound reduction with shooting through 5 of these things. I'm going to say that that might have worked. It sounded a lot quieter through my headphones. And I was right. 89 decibels. That is a tremendous amount of sound reduction. So that is a pretty impressive thing. And honestly, I wish that I could hear it without my hearing protection on. But I want to try to maintain the hearing that I have for the long period of time. So let's just go ahead and try the AK-47, even though I know with one it's probably not going to do anything at all. Let's go ahead and fire one as a control, and then we'll fire several through that 5 cushion sound deadening material and see what happens. Alrighty, let's try the old AK-47. Everyone has to like the AK-47. Even people that are AR-15 guys have to like the AK-47. This dude is a classic and probably is one of the only success stories, maybe other than the MiG-29, of communism. So let's give this a control shot, and then we'll put a few through this cushion. So this is the AK-47 through 5 of these cushions. And I know a lot of times when you guys see the first view of that decibel meter that it says like 60 something on it, that is just the GoPro beep 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 that it does every time turning on. That close to that is like 61 64 decibels, again being that close. So let's give this a shot and see what happens through 5 of these things. Again, it sounds just through my headphones much quieter than when we shoot it just without anything. 89.9 with those 5 cushions right in front of the muzzle of this gun. And I think that that's a pretty impressive number. So the last thing that I want to do, I'm going to take all 5 of those. I'm going to shoot it without hearing protection because I don't think that 89 decibels is in the hearing damage range. Honestly, I haven't looked it up. I don't know. You guys can leave it down in the comments if I'm an idiot or not. But I want to hear exactly what it sounds like shooting all 4 of these guns without any hearing protection with those 5 cushions. All right, I looked it up while we had a little camera break here. It's about 85 decibels is the safe hearing range for not extended periods of time. They say about over 70 for long periods of time can cause hearing damage, and we are right at that 85 threshold with most of these. I think we're at like 88, 89, and so I'm just gonna give you my experience. We're not even gonna look at the decibel meter because we've already done that. I'm gonna give you my experience shooting these with no hearing protection with 5 of these, and I'll just kind of tell you what it's like. The 22 long rifle pistol. Got to take the safety off, that would help. That's pretty quiet on my end. I don't know what it's like down range, but for me that was pretty darn quiet. The Glock 2340 cal. It seemed to be pretty loud. Let's try it again down here because it kind of went into the cushion quite a bit. It was loud. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if the sound machine said that it wasn't, I got a little bit of ear ring going on, and you know that's never a good thing. So we'll move on to another one. And I also got a little bit of fuzz caught there in the slide. Now the 12 gauge. We'll see how this one goes. Pretty loud from my point of view. I don't even think I'm gonna go up to the AK-47. Being as, you know, I've already got some ear ring going on, so that's definitely not the greatest of things to mess with. Hearing's important to keep for a long, long time, and I'm only not even in my 40s yet, so probably just going to go ahead and stop here so that we don't make this any worse. But from what we've seen from the decibel meter, from the sound pressure meter, there is a considerable reduction in the noise that you get from any given gun if you actually put a pillow in front of it. So when you look at these Hollywood movies, depending on what kind of gun they're using, it's a very good chance that that is actually somewhat realistic. I'm not going to say that it's going to be as good as using a legitimate silencer that's engineered to reduce the noise, the report, and all of that. And it's not going to be practical, and you're not going to, it's not going to be like the little, you know, suppressed pistol or gun noise that is actually fairly realistic if you're using subsonic rounds and a legitimate suppressor. But there is some truth to this. This did reduce the sound pressure by quite a bit in some cases, and I think that that's pretty interesting. And if you guys did too, be sure to subscribe down below. It really helped me out. Hit the like button, helps out this video in the YouTube algorithm. We're just getting started for 2023. I'm really excited about coming up on 3,000 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate if you were one of the next ones. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.